probably contemplated the nature of your own existence. You've also likely considered the ways in which we construct our own reality. If you haven't, well then you should. And if you have, then you probably loved Wanda Vision. Deception, confusion, ambiguity, but even more than that, it's about magic.
You can't control me the way you do them.
What is outside of Westview?
You don't want to know, I promise you.
You don't get to make that choice for me, Wanda!
Hey, remember that time you didn't know you were a witch? But then you found out that not only you a witch, but you're the most powerful witch?
The Scarlet Witch.
That's this story. And the way it's told is ingenious.
If you're like my mother, old school, you probably don't care much for comic books or superheroes, but you're drawn to the nostalgia of the black and white theme and the throwback sitcom genre. And if you're watching Wanda Vision and you're already hip to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then you're intrigued because you already know this is all a setup for a big reveal. So the psychographic genius of this show is not its universal appeal. It's in its appeal to a specific demographic. Women, young and old, who are captivated by the allure of witchcraft. Spoiler alert, Wanda's a witch. We live in a time when religion has been undermined by social institutions like the church and the state that have used religion as an instrument to oppress, suppress, and marginalize large segments of society. Men in particular have misused and abused religion in order to misuse and abuse women. In modernity, science and its dogma of material determinism have ushered in tremendous advances in technology, but it's also been viewed in a skeptical light because it's actively sought to undermine the mystical nature of existence, which is a reality state that many people are intuitively drawn to. But contemporary science has changed the game. The field has generated so much knowledge that we now know definitively that there is reality that exists beyond human perception, and phenomena exist beyond the known laws of physics that have a direct effect on our material world and imply a reality so radically different from mundane experience that any technology capable of harnessing its potential would be indistinguishable from magic. What the makers of WandaVision understand is that now is the perfect time to seed the popular imagination with ideas of an enchanted world, to revive the witch identity from the hegemonic ash heap of history, to restore the arcane and esoteric rites and rituals once seen as sacred, and to resurrect the bruised and battered belief in the feminine divine. Wanda is glorified. Not only is she a superhero, she's arguably the most powerful superhero. Let's look at her character. Her background is defined by tragedy. Over and over again, forces beyond her control destroyed the thing that she loved the most. At one of her lowest points, she's seduced by a crystal that grants her the power to manipulate reality itself. But just like the chauvinistic dominator culture that imprisoned her entire life, this mystical object is using her. Through the power of the Mind Stone, she's able to bring her true love back from death and create her ideal family life. But
It's a trap!
in order to control her world, she has to sacrifice herself. By enslaving the entire town using her powers of manipulation, she ultimately becomes the dominator masculine archetype. She of course can't see this through the veil of self-delusion. She's blind to what everyone with a free mind can clearly see. Wanda has become a monster. So despite her vast powers and superhero status, WandaVision is a cautionary tale about how self-discovery can be corrupted by self-delusion. In some way, we all seek systems of control to manipulate reality in our favor. But systems of control rooted in deception and domination open us up to occult forces that invariably manipulate us in ways beyond our perception. And that's the lesson of WandaVision. If you're gonna be a witch, know you're a witch. Because ignorance doesn't mean you're not a witch, it just means you're a dumb witch. And there's nothing worse than a dumb witch.
Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged. She has no coven nor need for incantation.